talking about Aruni's wedding made me realize I've never heard how you two met.
Oh, well, it's an uneventful story.
Parents only say that when there's something incriminating. Keep digging.
Daddy?
How does anyone meet? We were young, having fun.
Daddy, I want the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Well, we met at a demonstration during the time of the emergency. There was suppression of strikers and the press, so I had traveled with some friends of mine to protest. And while I was there, what do I see? If not this fiery, tiny, beautiful woman just kicking the officer that had just lathi charged me so hard in the shin that he goes down. I knew she was the one instantly.
Amma! Attacking an agent of the law?
Your father is being dramatic. I was just expressing my rights as a citizen. Vociferously. Enough, Arvind. She doesn't need any more encouragement for her antics.
Seems like we found the source to your genetic problems.
Ooh, there's rice soaking.
What about it?
We're having biryani for dinner. Lamb or chicken?
Look closer. It's parboiled rice, not basmati. We're going to make uttapam. They are thicker than dosas and topped with onions and green chilies. I might as well teach you the method while you're here. Start by washing your hands. Very good. The first step is to grind the rice and then grind the urad dal. Every house has its own proportion, and you just have to get a feel for the consistency of the batter.
I hate it when I have to use my judgment. I always second guess myself.
You think we were all born with good instincts? Well, maybe some people are. But most of us develop them with experience. It took me 10 years to perfect my dosa batter. Maybe even a little more than that.
That's not intimidating at all.
Less chit-chat, more grinding. Good. But don't get overconfident. Tyler always loved my uttapams.
Does she not come over anymore?
No, she does. I've talked to her a lot more than I've talked to you these last 3 years. Just because you broke up doesn't mean I can forget. She's like a daughter to me.
Amma.
Forget it. Mix the rice batter and the dal batter together till they combine, and set it aside to ferment overnight. I have some leftover idli batter you can practice on. I knew you had my cooking genes. I suppose I should be glad that Tyler does still come over despite everything. It doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm saying anything.
What is it?
No, it's nothing.
When Amma says it's nothing, it's definitely something.
Time to chop up the onions, coriander, and green chilies. Let's keep it simple today. I'm suddenly quite tired. really am an incredible teacher. It's Tyler's mother. Do you know, she hasn't spoken to me since you left home.
But you and Auntie Anissa and Auntie C used to hang out all the time. She made you laugh. Like,
It's true. We didn't even know Amma could make sounds like that. It was 30% sweet and 70% terrifying, which is kind of the entire brown auntie vibe.
I'm a mother too, Jala. How can I blame her? If Tyler had been the one to break your heart, you think I wouldn't do the same thing?
you're way too sensible. You would never be unfair.
I pride myself on being fair and even-handed as a teacher. But as a mother, I'm as biased as anyone.
I didn't know, Ma.
We've barely spoken in years. How would you know? Anyway, let's not just stand around. Mix all the chopped up ingredients into a bowl and add a pinch of salt. Well done, Jala. Touchdown! That's what they say in basketball, no? Add some oil to the pan and light the stove.
Don't you think we should talk about this some more?
I said what I had to say. It's done.
Spoiler alert, it's not done.
Amma.
Come on, it's lighting a stove, Jala, not solving quadratic equations in your head. Move it. Your Auntie Chandra would be thrilled. Then again, I saw her burn rice twice. If you really want to do something useful, you could hurry up and have it out with your sister. You two are really giving me so much stress. Why can't you talk to each other?
I'm looking for her everywhere, Ma. She's the one who's avoiding me.
I think you're letting her avoid you because you have no idea what to say to her. I didn't raise my daughter to be a coward, Jala. As your mother, what can I say? I'm disappointed.
The reigning guilt trip champion of Timber Hill shoots, and she scores!
Could you sound a little less excited about my emotional damage?
But it's so fun to watch. You know, when it's not happening to me.
I'll just add some water to the batter then, shall I?
Yes, Jala. You know best. You won't completely embarrass me in front of Patti. The pan's hot. All right, let's fry the uttapams. Pour a ladleful of batter into the center of the pan and add the toppings after a minute or two. Once the base is nice and brown, flip it without breaking it apart.
Ah, like those Italian chefs tossing pizza dough.
No, like a Tamil woman flipping an uttapam. It's quite simple. Just don't fling it to the ceiling or drop it on the floor. Think you can manage that?
Uh-huh. Let's give it a go.
I've already given you too many compliments today.
One uttapam coming in hot.
Your ancestors won't have to hide their faces in shame.
So it's good.
Don't get overconfident. You've managed it this time, but can you turn it out perfectly every time?
Ha! So it's really good. I knew it.
Ah, fine. It's good. Happy now?
This is one that Ahmed taught me. Maklube. It's actually a funny story. Aruni wanted to bring him to dinner, and so we invited him over. But he insisted that he cook for us the first time we meet.
Wow, that is confident.
It's certainly a bold move, but it was so delicious. I would have married him myself. Ahmed was convinced this was the best way to introduce himself, so Aruni insisted.
I can see it clearly made the intended impact on you.
If Ahmed was looking to impress, he was very successful. It was a showstopper. And now he comes over to cook for us once a month. I'm his sous chef. He's delightful.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know.
Oh, Podidua, I know it's tough, but listen, I got to know Ahmed through this dish, so maybe you will too. Remember that hand-washing song I used to sing?
No, and do not remind me. I'm begging you.
That's acceptable. You know, the first time we met, Ahmed walked in behind Aruni, a bouquet in one hand and a bag of ingredients in the other. Considering how quickly he and Aruni got serious, your Amma and I had very different impressions of how he'd be.
One of those weird, intense, obsessive types. Poor Aruni.
Careful, your bloodthirst is showing.
On the contrary, Ahmed welcomed us to watch him cook. Insisted we sit down though. No working for us, but it was like a cooking show where we were the audience. Very entertaining. He even tossed pieces of cauliflower to us. I caught one in my mouth. Oh, but I'm getting ahead of myself.
Maybe Ahmed and Sergio can fight to the death to decide who gets to be Dad's son he never had.
I've already rinsed the rice. Go put it in some water to soak. You've redefined the meaning of impressive with this.
What's next?
I summon fire. Could you light the stove, please, Podidua? You're doing so well. I'm getting emotional. I promise not to cry. Now we can build our base of flavor by searing our lamb shoulder. It's my personal favorite part of the lamb. Meaty, fatty goodness.
Amma said Ahmed reminded her of Irfan.
Ahmed is certainly respectful of elders and a very dutiful partner, but not shy like Irfan is. He's actually quite the jokester. As something of a comedy connoisseur, I found it quite amusing. He's teaching me to juggle onions.
Like an aromatic birthday clown.
That's why this recipe was really a clever choice. Sharing this recipe made us feel like family immediately.
Funny how you're always missing from these fun family bonding stories. It's almost like Ahmed is more family than you.
Are you a witch, Jala? Because that was magic.
Her exes would say so.
You want to know anything else about Ahmed? I have no secrets. I'm an open book.
You really have no doubts at all. You trust Aruni with him?
Do you trust him with her? Who knows? Maybe your viciousness is a predetermined genetic drive. Maybe he's doomed.
I trust Aruni, so I must believe in her trust in him. I equally believe that if he turned out to be trouble, she'd reach out to us. Like you did, Jala. Like you're doing now.
It's hard to ignore you when you're being sensible.
You never had issues in the past.
Maybe I should be the one taking cooking lessons from you. It's looking good. Just needs a stir now and then until all nice and brothy.
As do we all in life, eh, Padidua? Was that what you were going to say, Dad?
That was pretty close, yes. that was difficult, but you handled it well. Now, how about you give your best try on this vegetable fry?
Dad, if you continue these attempts at wordplay, I might accidentally faceplant into this hot oil. Your jokes are a safety hazard.
Whoa, slam dunk! Jala the giant does it again. You know, Ahmed started taking Aruni to Debke classes. At first, it was just for the wedding, but she's really enjoying it. He brings out another side to Aruni. She laughs more. It's good to see as a parent.
I'm worried that Ahmed may have a preconceived bias against me based on the current circumstances.
Are you worried his judgment will be biased or accurate?
I'm sure it'll all work out.
Why? How? That's an infuriating answer, Dad.
Your technique is absolutely mesmerizing. Where's the handheld camcorder? I should be recording this. With this dish, you'll only find out if you succeeded after you've layered all the ingredients and flipped them after cooking. Ahmed said this is where the name comes from. Maklube means upside down. Isn't that fun? He was so nervous that first time, poor boy.
So, how did it go? Did it come out okay?
You're such a wannabe goody-goody. I know deep down you think someone else winning means you losing.
He layered it carefully. He set it to sit on the stove to cook together, and when it was finished, he came in with the pot, flipped it to reveal mush. His eyes glazed over. I thought he was going to pass out after building up so much anticipation for us. But then he says, "This will be the most delicious mush you'll ever taste." And he was right. You keep cooking like that and you'll surpass me soon enough. Ah, Jala. The rice isn't soggy, the vegetables are crisp, the meat is so tender. I'm going to stop talking because it's cutting into the eating time.
Yes!
Your phone owes me big time for agreeing to meet you.
Charmingly abrasive as always, Aisha.
I'm not usually polite to Shaitan.
Let's start over.
Whatever! I hate this, I hate you, and let's get it over with already so I can meet Cece for pizza. Okay, you are on a skateboard. You're going 100 miles per hour. You realize there's a rail you have to nose grind ahead of you. But there are 5 people tied to the rail. You can turn right, avoiding them, but there's a single skater there, and you'll kill them instantly on impact. What do?
I'd hunt down the person responsible for putting me in that position.
Elaborate.
This is clearly a setup. I need to find the sadistic weirdo at any cost and make them pay.
You're saying the right thing at least? I don't trust you to have the fortitude to follow it through, though. I won't let you get past me. My purpose is to keep everyone safe from parasites like you.
Hey, looks like you got it. Her emotional walls are down, weakness exposed.
Indeed.
You consider yourself a legend of some sort. I don't know why.
I never called myself that.
Anyway, if you're not a poser, you'll have no problem answering this. What is a skater's greatest pride?
Experience, time, effort. It's what all sports are about. Pushing yourself hard enough to improve.
Ew. That's the response of someone who thinks they're better than everyone else.
You get better at skateboarding the more you practice. It's a fact.
Oh, so luck has nothing to do with it? Just get good?
That's not...
Pull yourself up by your Vans shoelaces, everyone. If I'm forced to interact with you, maybe I can at least use your pathological tendencies to my benefit.
I think she's warming up to us.
Let's say your brother betrays you and tells your guardians wrongfully that you're hanging out with dangerous people. You're not just grounded. You are locked windows at night, mega grounded. How do you sneak out?
Sulk around Irfan. Loudly. Really fill the space with your annoyed sighs. Then tell him he owes you and that he has to help you sneak out.
But he's the one who ratted me out?
Exactly. Play on that guilt and he'll cover for you.
That's so diabolical.
Indeed.
I still don't like you, but I can respect your prior dedication to anarchy. this moment sink in. The moment I'm finally gonna give you what you've got coming. Okay, last one.
I'm doing better than you thought, aren't I?
Your brother brings home a girl, and she starts hanging around for a bit. Your dad loves her, your brother loves her, and she's the kind of effortless badass you want to be when you grow up. But then, your dad gets sick. The worst period of your life hits you and your brother, and she vanishes. Now, every time you see her, you are so goddamn mad. What do?
I don't want to make excuses.
You could try.
I think you deserve more than my words anyway.
So, you're giving up?
No, I'm committing.
You should be committed. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna be there for you, Aisha, from now on. I'll be your nemesis, your skate coach, your auntie, whatever you need. I'll be there for you.
Ew! I didn't expect you to actually understand. Got too distracted imagining the look on your face when I defeat you. I don't feel good.
Say uncle.
And never. All these years, I've wanted to fight you. Now that I've got you, I'm gonna take my time enjoying this.
Auntie!
It's good to see you helping out the youth.
So, where do we go from here? I want you to set that speed.
I'll admit that your presence bothers me less. It's like exposure therapy or something. Like a mold.
Guess you really grew on her.
Maybe Cece and I will see you around the body shop or whatever. But don't hover, like we want our space too, obviously.
Of course, Aisha. You make the rules.
Oh my god. You actually came. I mean, cool of you to show up. I haven't been dreaming about this or anything.
Things have been really intense for me lately, so it would be great if this was just not.
I hear you. I promise. Only good vibes allowed on this dance floor. We're just here to have a little fun. No pressure, okay? Just try and match my moves. This isn't a competition, okay?
Listen, I'm just here to have a good time.
I'm willing to spend the rest of my life proving I'm the right man to give it to you. Make sure you watch me very closely, John.
Oh, trust me. I will.
Am I distracting you?
Sorry, were you dancing? I didn't notice you there.
God, I love it when you ignore me. It only makes me want you more.
Rip Sigmund Freud. You would have loved Sergio.
You want to keep these moves light? Or are you ready to go heavyweight?
I don't do half-stepping. Let's go full throttle.
Your wish is my command. Incredible! We were totally in tune with each other. It's like the rest of the world vanished, leaving nothing but the rhythm and our perfectly synchronized bodies.
Beyond everything you just said, you're actually a pretty great teacher. It's like we've been doing this routine together for years.
Really? Thanks, Jala. I really enjoy introducing people to the joy of dance.
I'd partner up with you again anytime.
Look at you, on time and everything. Someone's eager to see me again.
You sounded like you really needed me. How could I resist?
I should have known damsel in distress would work on you. It explains your thing with Irfan.
Being the third wheel between you and Dia is my least favorite thing about being inside your head, just FYI.
So, was there actually something you needed?
I was just bored and wanted someone to play with. Just kidding. Anyway, it's not me, it's Damini, Darshini, and Dina.
Having trouble with your little crystal harem of backup dancers?
they've just been extra loud since we had our little reconciliation. And since it's your fault they're mad at me, I thought you could, do your thing. Fight them in battle, win them over, make friends or whatever. Don't roll your eyes. You owe me, Jala. Just do it, will you? For me? You've been brought before the throne to stand trial for your crimes. Let's get to the execution. Yeah, we all know she's guilty. Jala Jayaratna, you stand accused of being a traitor, a liar.
Didn't we kind of do this whole thing already? You ladies are a little one note.
How dare you? Our repertoire of psychological torture is varied. Eclectic even. We have range. Our Maharani has been deceived, tricked, duped. She was always weak when it came to you. But we will not be brought down so easily. Hear us, Jala. We will not be ignored.
This whole bootleg Heather's bit is really sad. Mean girls like you think they're leaders, but you all look and act the same. Actually, you're totally forgettable. Did you watch one too many episodes of Gem and the Holograms growing up?
It's all your fault our fallen Maharani was cast out of her family. You flaunted your parents' acceptance. You made her want things she could never have.
You think I seduced her into wanting to live authentically?
That would honestly be an amazing superpower.
She could have compromised. But instead, she threw out her parents' entire plan for the future.
Oh, so this one's the think of the family honor. Why do they have to be so in your face about it one? Can we defeat them soon, please? My eyes already hurt from all the rolling.
Dia's become so much more cool and interesting since she got rid of you. Are you sure you're crystals? You seem more like talc the way you crumble.
Was that a Mohs hardness scale joke?
You may be used to being common and uncivilized, but our queen, she was destined for greater things. It's your fault she works in a bar, wears those revealing clothes, eats meat.
Oh man, yeah. I remember Dia had never even eaten an egg.
I remember how her parents actually had different plates and cutlery for non-Brahmin guests.
Oh yes, once she tasted your forbidden flesh, it unleashed all kinds of filthy desires. The other day, she ate a Big Mac.
Is eating beef worse than liking girls? Like, karmically?
Our queen was pure, pristine, until you came along and polluted her.
2 for 1. Casteist and classist. Nice.
There's a whole list of things that good Brahmin girls aren't supposed to do. But at the top of it is you.
You're all like, totally last season. If Dia kept you around, it would be a fashion faux pas.
We have timeless accessories. That should be obvious.
Why don't you leave Dia alone and go be tacky somewhere else?
believe a troglodyte like you convinced them to get rid of us. Temporary loss of sanity is the only explanation.
Okay, let's get it over with. What's your problem with me?
You're guilty? Execution!
Wait, do you not have a reason to fight me? Are you just going along with the others?
Oh my god, think for yourself.
Thinking for yourself is overrated, okay? What happened to Thea? She got kicked out. It's scary and I hate consequences.
That's really pathetic.
But the dead pays the bills, baby. I'm taking the path of least resistance every time.
You think you're helping Dia by making her feel guilty about her choices? Come on!
With inner voices like these, who needs enemies?
How can you all be so full of yourselves? I can't even tell you apart.
You dare! We're clearly unique! Besides, coordination is super in right now.
Things that glitter are just trash catching the light. Things that glitter are just trash catching the light. All be so full of yourselves. I can't.
You dare! We're clearly unique! Besides, coordination is super in right now.
Oh, Sergio! Why don't you leave Dia alone and go be tacky somewhere else? The spirit of Timber Hills!
I never thought it would end like this! Abandoned by our Maharani! Loved, unwanted! Curse you, Jala! Curse you!
You want to dance with me? All right, meet me at the dance floor. I'm not expecting much, though. You really think you could keep up? Because I don't slow down for beginners.
Don't worry about me. I can put my feet where my mouth is. I mean, my money where my feet are.
What's wrong with you?
Are you trying to say you suffer from foot and mouth disease? Because that I'll believe. All right, enough chit-chat. Shut your mouth for once and let your body talk instead. careful with your knees. We might be foes, but I do respect my elders.
I don't take you that seriously, babe. We're frenemies, if anything. Or maybe a sibling relationship. I always wanted a younger sister.
That'd make you the middle child. And then how would you stay daddy's little girl despite being the objectively worst daughter?
Uh-huh. So are we doing this or are we doing this?
I want to set this dance floor ablaze. I never do half-stepping, and I always go full throttle.
Fine. I want it on the record that I'm only doing this because I love this song. The fact that not even your ceaseless yammering can ruin my vibe right now? When you skate.
Yeah, you're not so bad yourself.
Watch it now. If Dia hears we're getting along, she might get the wrong idea and then eat me alive. And not in the fun way.
Skater to skater. What's fun without the element of danger?
Ha! When you're right, you're right. Yeah, little busy right now.